Good afternoon. Glad to have you back. Again, looking together at choosing the path of kindness. Taking the path that leads to kindness may not be an easy one. It might be easy to talk about taking the path, and it might even be easier to point out people who don't take the path. But either way, it's a challenge, which, however, if we take that challenge, it can lead to an incredible reward. When I think of taking the path or taking the road, I think of a trip that I made, maybe my very first trip to South Carolina. It was quite a while ago, but our sisters at that time were working at St. Jude's High School and boarding school in Sumter, South Carolina. I came a couple of weeks before school started to help clean the school, get the library ready, and I came down with a couple of other sisters, and there were four of us there. We spent a week working, getting it ready, and then we decided we needed a vacation, at least one day off. So we said, maybe let's take a trip to Myrtle Beach for the day. So we put everything in order. We got in the car and we were taking the back roads to Myrtle Beach when there was a period of time where we thought, I wonder if we're lost. We weren't exactly sure we were going in the right direction. So I saw a man sitting on his front porch rocking in his rocking chair, and I said, let's pull over because I'll go and ask him if this road is going to take us to Myrtle Beach. So sure enough, we pulled over into his driveway. I got out of the car. He stopped rocking in his rocking chair. I waved so that I knew that he saw me. And then I said, excuse me, sir, could you tell me if this road is going to take us to Myrtle Beach? He looked at me and he said, well, if you get on it, it will. I never forgot that. He stopped rocking in his chair and he said, if you get on it, it will. There's no sense thinking about the road taking you someplace, wishing it would take you someplace. If you were on a city bus, would the city bus take you to the city? Yeah, if you're on it, it'll take you to the city. You can't just talk about it, discuss it endlessly, bring it to a committee. You have to get on it. And it makes me think of what we're doing now. We can't just talk about kindness. We can't just think and talk about those who aren't kind or people we think aren't kind and how it might bother us. We have to first practice what we preach. Get on it ourselves. Take the first step. We can continually point out what other people aren't doing right or how other people might be nasty or not kind. That's not going to help us. The only way, the only thing that can help us is if we get on it ourselves. We can't just talk about it. Will this path of kindness lead us to a better, holier, and kinder planet, kinder world? Yes, if we get on it, it will. We have to take the first step because nobody is going to do that for us. And we just can't keep talking about it, about what we do or what somebody else doesn't do. We have to take the first step. It makes me think of a story I read about a sign in a school cafeteria. As you go into the school cafeteria, there is a big basket full of apples. And a teacher wrote the sign in front of the apples that said, take one apple, God is watching. On the other side of the cafeteria, there was a big basket full of chocolate chip cookies. And a little girl wrote a note next to the basket and said, help yourself to as many cookies as you want. God is busy watching the apples. I thought that story is really cute, but you know what? Wherever we're going through, whatever and wherever, taking the path of kindness We have to know full well, please know full well, that God is watching us. And not only is God watching us, but God is watching over us. God will take care of us. God is there to lead us down the path that will bring us salvation. We just have to remember that God will lead us to this path. God's not going to leave us alone. God's not going to just put us aside. God will lead us down this path of salvation, but we have to get on it first. Once we get on it, we will find our reward. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you next week.